Alright, so this is the tubular lockpick, the homemade tubular lockpick. You can see all the pins, the rubber bushing. Let me get a little pointer here. The rubber bushing, the pins. And you see this groove? There's a groove that goes all the way around it. There's another groove behind this guy right here. The parts, you're going to need a piece of metal. This is actually from another. This is pretty much what you want it to look like. Alright. You see how there's grooves in each going all the way around. That's the hardest part. You're going to be doing, it's probably taken me, I don't know, 20 or 30 of these that I made. And because it's just really difficult to make these grooves. What I'm using is a Dremel bit. Alright, that looks like this. It's the metal cutting wheels. They're really thin. If you can look close, there's 3 of them that I put together. Alright, so when you're making your grooves, it's the exact diameter as the pins. Alright, so there's like 3 notches for each time I did it. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but it does have to be pretty darn close. Anyway, this rubber bushing right here, the rubber bushing originally looks like this. Oh, hold on a sec. It looks like that. This one broke, so anyway, it's really narrow on one side. It's from a Delta faucet. Alright, it's really narrow there, and then if you turn it around and look at it, it's really wide here. It like, see if I can get a good close up of that. See how it's more round on one side than it is on the other? Okay, because this groove right here, this is really important. That groove, when this goes on, this is going to slide down. But I'm just putting it on here temporarily because it's a bitch to get this thing on. These are such a tight fit. Anyway, when it goes on, okay, like this, the groove is there because when your pin goes in, your pin's going to slide into the groove right here, and it's going to go underneath the rubber here, and on the back it's actually, you're going to poke a hole through the rubber and have it continue on. Alright, so I'm going to slide this up. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like after you get the rubber on. Okay, and it's fallen into that groove. It's really important that you have that groove there with a really tight rubber piece bushing, because this guy right here, the grooves, when the pin goes in, when you put it in the lock, if this rubber moves back at all, then as the rubber's moving, all the other pins that are underneath the rubber are going to come back with it. So it, like, each pin is not going to be accurate. But if that groove is there, then the rubber stays in one place, and so each individual pin will go back easily. I don't know if you understood that, but if you didn't, you're kind of stupid. So anyway, Dremel piece, cut the grooves for the pins, and then cut the groove all the way around, and then you'll have something similar to this. Now this one's different because I used a different rubber bushing on this one because I don't have any more good ones. Even the one that's on here is like worn out, so I just made another one. Now it's really important that each pin see if you look at it close. There's another groove. That groove doesn't have to be there. It just happens to be there from the faucet that I used the brass from. Was this guy. All right. Here's the kitchen faucet. Thanks, Mom. But the brass piece that goes right up the center of it, that's what I used for this. The hole in the middle has to be drilled out to 5/16. The pins I got from, I broke down on the freeway one day, and these are the pins from a street sweeper brush, or the bristles from a street sweeper brush. Alright, you can get them anywhere on the freeway, or just go up to some street sweeping company and ask them if you can have a couple. They're metal, spring metal. They work great for lockpicks too. This took a lot of work, man. If you're gonna do this, it's gonna take some time and patience. So when you get your parts, get them in bulk, like at least 10 each, because you're gonna be cutting grooves and you're gonna be screwing up. Hold up another key to the front of this when you're making the marks where you're gonna make your grooves. Hold another key, a tubular key, up to it, and take a felt pen and mark each one, because it has to be perfect, man. If it's not perfect, it ain't gonna work, so don't even bother. Now, also, when see the back, each pin slides in. Yeah, let me show you. The camera keeps moving on me, damn it. Alright, so each pin slides back individually, and it has to slide very freely. If it snags up on anything when you're sliding it like this, it's going to snag up in the lock and it ain't going to work. It has to slide perfectly smooth. That's why I use that Dremel bit, because the pins that I use happen to be the exact length as 3 of those Dremel bits wide. So anyway, they all slide up nice and easy. So when you put it in your lock, each pin will come up individually. If you know anything about tubular lock picks, you already understand what I'm talking about. So I'm going to reset the pins. And this works perfect every time. I don't even have to sit there, push in and jiggle or anything. I put it in like it's the key. Put it in and turn. Every single time. It works perfect. Alright, so I'm going to have to go snag a lock from my parents' room. I'll be back. Alright, so here's a demo. Hopefully you'll be able to see the pins going back. I don't know if you will. It's kind of hard to hold the camera and do it all at the same time, but anyway, you put the key in, you push down hard. Alright, it's hard to hold this. And you turn. That's simple. It's a lot better than UK bump keys. Anyway, that's it, guys. The tubular. See how I pushed all the pins back? You can't really see too well. But anyway, that's it. Oh, and then now, you know, of course, just like any UK bump key, or UK tubular lockpick, when you stick it in again, it remembers it. And just to show you, here's that one that I has no pins in it. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's not moving. Okay. Here's mine again. I don't know, anybody time that to see how fast I did that? That was pretty quick, if you ask me. Works every time, guys.